Okay, so if you've been visualizing every day and nothing is changing, I got you. Let me break it down to you. So hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. So the thing is, visualization is really powerful. Don't get me wrong, it's a great technique for manifestation. It's a great technique for calling in your desires, your visions, making them into a reality. But if you are bypassing your emotional body, the flesh and blood vessel that you are within, then you're missing out on the most important part of manifestation. You see, it's not just love and light and tapping into the higher chakras and, being all spiritual and all that. Spirituality, the path of true spirituality, involves respecting and honoring and exploring this human side of the human experience. And what is the most human aspect of the human experience? It's your body. It's your meat suit, your vessel, your corporeal form. And so that's the thing, is like a lot of people focus on visualization, which is very mental. It's very mental, it's very ethereal, it's very all up in the higher realms. But alchemy, the main character of this video, alchemy is a very embodied process. It brings all of that higher frequency energy and kind of grounds it into your body, where you can actually feel it in your body, instead of getting all of your energy going to your mental. So basically, visualization is mental. Alchemy, the main character of this video, is embodied. No matter how much you think you want something, if your body isn't on board, if your body feels like it's unsafe to actually have that thing, then it won't happen. No matter how much you want it and how much you visualize and how much you write your affirmations and say them out loud and do all these practices and techniques, if your body isn't in that receiving mode, then you're not going to actually receive what it is you're trying to call in. To access your infinite creative powers, you need to be in alignment in your spirit, your mind, and your body. All aspects of yourself must be aligned and in wholeness. I'm going to talk about that a bit more later in the video, the concept of wholeness and the importance of that. Okay, so if your body is not aligned with your mind and spirit, that's when these kinds of blocks, manifestation blocks, can happen. Or the other way around, but it's more common that the physical body isn't tended to and the physical body is out of alignment with where the mental body and the spiritual body want to go in life. Because it's the most dense form of matter that we occupy. The body, the physical body, is the most dense form of the most dense form of matter that we human beings, that we beings of consciousness occupy in our lives. So it's easier for denser frequencies to kind of stick to the body and kind of weigh us down and weigh us down to this material plane. Because we do need that, right? If we thought that we could survive anything and that we had completely no fear, people would be jumping out of their apartment buildings every day thinking they could fly. So it's a good thing that we have bodies. It's a good thing that our bodies hold emotions such as fear and anxiety and anger and all the different emotions. All those emotions play a very important purpose, and they are stored in your body if they're not processed properly. And this is just the way that our bodies work. This is just the way that human beings work, because we have to navigate this material world, even if we have this higher consciousness within us that resides within us, you know, our souls that are always guiding us. And it's about making space for and honoring the material aspect of life as well. Okay, so these manifestation blocks, they usually come in the form of energetic blocks in your body, as well as trauma loops, subconscious limiting beliefs. You've probably heard a lot about those. And when you also carry other people's energy, when you take on energy that isn't yours, that can also weigh you down and weigh your body down and prevent you from calling in what it is that you desire. So the thing is, we go through life taking on all of these beliefs and energetic imprints and trauma cycles that were never really ours to carry, because the way that society is set up and the way that human beings evolutionarily have survived until now as a species, our bodies carry the technology to limit us and keep us safe, because that is what we needed back then when we needed to run away from predators in the wild and, you know, focus our energy on surviving rather than thriving, which is what you are on your way to doing now, because you're watching this video, because you are committing to exploring your internal world. You're committed to alchemizing instead of just visualizing, because again, no matter how much you want something, no matter how much you're visualizing something, if your body doesn't feel safe receiving it, then it's not going to happen for you. And the reason for this is because you don't receive what it is you want from the universe. You actually receive what you are. You're actually manifesting right now your current life based on the frequency that you are holding in your body and that you are emitting out into the universe. And your frequency is composed of the state of your nervous system, how your body feels, anything that your body is holding on to from your past, as well as subconscious beliefs that you're playing in your head over and over and over again that were given to you by other people when you are a child. You know, when you're a child and you're learning how the world works, and the adults around you say, this is how things are. Money is hard to earn. You have to fight each other to be in a loving relationship. You have to do this thing. You have to go to school. You have to get a job. You have to get married. That's just the way life is. And as a child, you didn't know any better. And you're also dependent on your caregivers for survival. So you had to do whatever it took to survive, to gain approval from your caregivers, because it was literally like a life and death thing. If your parents didn't approve of you, then you aren't getting your needs met as a child. And so why would you want that as a child? Why would you want to be in a situation where your caregivers are disapproving of you, right? You would do anything to make sure they approve of you, because then you'll be safe, then you'll be taken care of, even if that means chopping off parts of yourself that are essential to who you are. So now we're getting into the fun part, the alchemy. So what even is alchemy? What is the energetic alchemy? Alchemy means facing your shadow. What does that mean? Well, like I was just talking about, when you were a child, you had to survive, you had to do what your parents said. If your mom didn't like you crying, then you stopped crying because you needed her to like you, you needed her to care about you and approve of you. So you did whatever your parents told you to do, or you did whatever you thought would make your parents love you, or your caregivers, I mean. So this inevitably entails you disconnecting from certain parts of yourself, because it's very, very rare that any human being growing up was able to embody the fullness of who they are. Let me know in the comments if you know of any human being that never had any trauma, never had any experience disowning any part of themselves. I think I'm pretty safe to say that it's true that all of us at some point or another had to disown a part of ourselves growing up in order to survive. Now, when we disown parts of ourselves, they don't actually go away. We can't actually get rid of any part of ourselves because they're a part of us. Even if you pushed it down really intensely, or, you know, were dramatic in your measures to get rid of this part of you, it's still part of you, it's still there. And guess where it lives? Your shadow, also known as your subconscious mind, which is just the part of your mind that you are not aware of. So by shadow, you know, we're talking about any part of you that you don't know about, what's in the darkness. And just because it's in darkness doesn't mean it's bad, it doesn't mean it's evil. Actually, all aspects of your shadow are benevolent. They want to help you, they want to be on your side. It's just that you don't know about them, you turn away from them because that's what you're used to doing. But what if I told you that integrating, that turning towards your shadow, that shining the light of your compassionate awareness onto your shadow unlocks so much more power and potential and aliveness and juiciness in your life, including in your ability to manifest things and create the life that you always wanted to live? Because we need wholeness in order to move from a place of integrity. In order to move from a place of power, you need to know yourself more than anything else, more than anyone else. You need to know yourself and look inward and connect to all the parts of you that were rejected, all the parts of you that feel unworthy, and show them that they are worthy. Show them that you care. Show them that you want to listen to them and honor how they feel and what they want to do. And this is the art of internal alchemy, is re-embracing these disconnected, abandoned parts of yourself. And in this way, it's really cool. You transmute this darkness, this heaviness, this emotional pain, this burden into your power. And let me give you an example. Have you ever been in this situation where you really want to do something? You really want to go take a pottery class, or post on Instagram, or make a YouTube channel, or put yourself out there in some other way. You really, really want to do that, and you feel like it just lights you up. You feel like this is the right path for you, that feels exciting and liberating, and I just want to do it. I just need to do it. But then you kind of notice this like voice in your head, or just this feeling of like, oh, actually I don't want to do that. And even though one part of you really, really, really wants to do the thing, there's another part of you that doesn't want to do the thing at all. And so whenever you try to do the thing, you're like fighting with yourself, doing this like push and pull. and you end up just binging Netflix for several hours or doing something else that isn't very productive but ends up you feeling not so good. You know what I mean, right? Have you ever been there? Let me know in the comments. I've definitely been there many times. No shame. But the thing is, that conflict, that internal push and pull, that tug of war, is because there are parts of you, inside of you, in your shadow, that you aren't aware of, that you haven't integrated, that you haven't built a relationship with, that are preventing you from moving towards what you want to move towards. Because manifestation isn't just about setting your intentions and then laying back and watching TV, right? You have to actually take aligned action to do the thing, to call in what it is you want. And in order to take aligned action, all parts of you must be in alignment so that you can move as one unified, integrated piece, and no internal conflict that you're not able to negotiate and handle. So in the case where you have two conflicting parts of yourself, for me, for example, it's like the part of myself that wants to share my voice. This part of me wants to make the YouTube video. And another part of me is afraid that I will be rejected, that it's not safe to share my voice, that if I share my voice, that if I speak up, that if I put myself out there, I won't get my needs met, because that is what I experienced in childhood. And so before I was able to get to know this part of me that was afraid of speaking up, and I also actually had to get to know the part of me that wanted to speak up, that wanted to share my voice. And so before I was aware of these parts of myself, I was just running in a rat race, just doing things because I thought I had to, because doing these things would make other people approve of me and look up to me and be impressed by me, instead of doing the thing that I really want to do and honoring my purpose, my passion, my reason for being alive, my raison d'être. I don't think I pronounced that right, but it's French, it means reason to be, literally translated. Anyways, so before I had integrated these parts of myself, that was where I was. But now that I have integrated these two parts of me, it's like I know what it is that I want to choose. I want to put myself out there. I want to make this YouTube video. I want to share my voice. I want to support and guide other people on a similar journey. And I'm going to commit to that, because my soul knows, the consciousness that I am knows that this is the way that will lead to my happiness, that it is what I want to create in my life. And I know that I have this fear of putting myself out there, this fear of being authentic to who I am, this fear of being rejected and judged and criticized and all of that. And I can sit with this fear. I can sit with this fear and show it love and remind this part of me that it's not unworthy, that it still belongs to me, even if it is getting in the way of my journey, which actually it's not. It's just a part of my journey rather than an obstacle. If you kind of think of it that way, if you think of these parts of yourself this way, instead of them getting in your way, they are actually part of your journey to where you want to go. That helps. That kind of makes it a bit lighter to go on this journey. But anyways, now that I have this relationship and this awareness of these parts of my system, I am able to do the thing. Even if it's challenging, it's like I know that I have this fear, I see this fear, I have felt this fear in my body, in my nervous system, and I have regulated my body in this fear, and I still kind of don't want to do it, but because this part of me isn't quite so used to putting myself out there in this way, I'm still gonna do it. And look, I made this video. I posted it on YouTube. So that is an accomplishment in itself. And I am healing in this way. I'm showing this fear that it's okay to put myself out there. And this is how you heal gradually, progressively, step by step, not all at once, problem solved, everything done, like how they teach you to believe in capitalism, capitalist conditioning. But it's a gradual unfolding, just like everything in nature. So ultimately, alchemy, energetic alchemy, is a practice. It's one that you commit to. Just like your visualizations, just like your affirmations. But it is the foundation for setting up your body, for creating a sense of wholeness in your body, in your psyche, that will allow so much more to flow to you and through you with ease and joy. Because the thing is, abundance, infiniteness, infinity is actually who you really are. So these frequencies of abundance, of expansion, of love, of joy, of truth, they're actually wanting to come to you. They're trying to get to you right now. Your desires, they're trying to get to you right this moment. And you just need to open yourself to receive by turning within and loving all the parts of you that are rejecting this birthright that is trying to come to you right now in this very moment, that are rejecting that, and transmute them. Open them up. Let them know it's safe to receive. If you want to learn more about this, hit that subscribe, because I'll be going on adventures, deep dives into the process of soul level transformation. And I'm also offering one-on-one energetic alchemy sessions where we explore this very same practice of looking within yourself and bringing love, bringing awareness, bringing light to these darker, denser, more uncomfortable parts of yourself that are waiting for you to come and get them. They're waiting for you to come and pick them up from their friend's house. Mommy, can you come and get me? That's what they're saying. Okay. Whew. Well, thank you so much for watching. It was a pleasure to spend this time with you. And please leave me a comment, like the video, again, hit that subscribe. I would love to have you with me on this journey that is life, and I'll see you next time.